This is a review of Yankee Candle Spiced Pumpkin. The notes, according to Yankee, are a smooth, comforting fragrance blends pumpkin with notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. A dash of mellow vanilla and baked aromas round out the base. Pumpkin spice has become ubiquitous thanks to Starbucks. I'm not mad about it. Halloween has always been my favorite holiday, and the Halloweens of my childhood had lots of pumpkins and cold air and changing leaves and spiced goodies. Describing this, I think, would be redundant though, because I feel like by now everybody knows what pumpkin spice smells like. The description from Yankee's website seems accurate to my nose. The pumpkins here are of the canned pumpkin variety. There's a slight creamy edge that you just don't get with fresh pumpkin. Fresh pumpkin smells very different to canned pumpkin. I don't have any proof, but I feel like this candle has changed over the years. I remember when this first came out, but I don't remember exactly when it was. Perhaps the early 90s? I was a teen, a young teen. It might even have been the late 80s. I can't remember for sure. But over the years, the color of the wax has varied with each release. It could just be rose-tinted glasses, but I feel like this candle used to perform much better too. When I was a teenager, I would get it in the votive form, so very tiny, and I remember it scenting the apartment my mother and I lived in pretty well for such a small candle. The performance these days leaves a lot to be desired. It smells delicious, but it has a very, very light throw. We burn this in smaller rooms in our house, like bedrooms or office, and even places like that, it struggles to fill the room with scent. Unfortunately, our living room and kitchen are just too large for a candle with low performance. I don't even bother. It's hard for me to recommend this candle because the performance is just so bad. Although if you are sensitive to scents and you like a very light, faint home fragrance, this one may be for you. I got this candle from the Village store in South Deerfield, just as they were phasing out their paraffin wax blend. So I think last year. I have not tried it in their new soy-based wax. I actually haven't tried any of the new large jar candles from Yankee since they changed to the soy blend wax. I know I cannot avoid it forever. I should add that these Yankee Candle large jars, especially with the paraffin wax, are notorious for sooting. I don't really have that problem. I keep the wick trimmed and I use those Illuma lids, and I just rarely have a problem with sooting with these candles. You can see my jar is fairly clean, and I haven't wiped it out. It doesn't soot for me as long as I keep the wick trimmed. And sometimes I'll burn this for hours, and as long as I trim that mushroom off the wick, I'm good. I think that's all I have to say about spiced pumpkin. It's a beautiful scent. It's a low performing candle. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll perform better with the new soy wax blend.